Good day, everybody, and just wanted to do another political video. And this one specifically, as it is in the title of this episode or of this video, is a little bit about Donald Trump and his run and everything going on so far. My thoughts on it, where I think how far he can go, and everything as well. I was going to do it on the Republican Party again. I was actually thinking about doing a review of the first GOP debate, but you can check out my thoughts on that. And I did live tweet during that on my Twitter handle, Talking Politics, which is at politics underscore WI. Again, that is at politics underscore WI for the abbreviation for Wisconsin, because I tweet about Wisconsin local politics and news, and obviously national politics as well, especially during presidential election seasons. I mean, obviously I do it year round, but obviously I'm on there more often and almost in a daily aspect, responding to people's tweets and my own tweets during, like I said, presidential times or presidential races. So 2016, the next time will be 2020, the year 2020. But like I said, specifically, I want to talk about Donald Trump and his campaign. It seems like he still has the high numbers and high amount of supporters from polling that I've seen from different aspects, not just MSNBC, which is usually my number one source to go to for my own political news network to go to, but also from Fox, CNN, newspapers, Wall Street Journals, and other polling information that I find even online. So it's not just from MSNBC. So just so just to let it out there that I'm not just biased and getting information from one source in one place, and not being diverse and looking at other sources and other polls, because that would be unintelligent of me to just go from one source, because obviously then people would say why are you doing it that way? Your reaction to things and your opinions on things are kind of biased if you're only looking at one poll. So obviously I want to do better to people that watch my videos or watch my videos that talk about politics, that that ahead of time, and also that ahead of time I'm a registered Democrat, so hopefully that doesn't tune people out that are Republican. Hopefully you agree or disagree with my thoughts on what I'm going to talk about. Base it on things I say, not on my affiliation, with the Democratic Party, party affiliation. So I don't know, just wanted to say that, I guess, because I respect everybody, whether you're a Democrat, fellow Democrat, or a Republican, or independent, or Green Party, or whatever you stand for. Obviously, you believe in, and I'm not going to try to lecture you or quote unquote turn you into a different party. You're going to believe what you're going to believe, and I'm going to believe what I'm going to believe, and hopefully we respect each other. And often we all respect each other in general as a nation, in a way that we don't do that. That we don't bash each other because of our party affiliations. If we do bash each other or have our general communication and discussion about things that we might differ on, it's because of the content of what we said, and not again on the party affiliation. But anyways, I didn't mean to ramble there. Just wanted to let you all know that stuff as well. But anyways, specifically on Donald Trump, he's still high in the polls. He's still doing well, and I'm not surprised by that. And every single day, he's still the number one story, the main event, so to speak, for all political TV shows, radio, and whatever media platform there can be, even on Twitter as well. As I've seen a couple of hashtags relating to Trump still trending, if not those new hashtags, of course, moving forward. And like I said, I'm not surprised by that, and I think the reason that he's popular, and I'm sure I said this in my other political video, I've done on this channel is because, people gravitate to him because A, he's an outsider, he's not a career politician, so to speak, and that, he speaks his truth. No matter how outlandish in the way he speaks it, he's still not giving you BS. You know, he's giving to you straight. He's, like I said, speaking the truth. And he's, and that's refreshing to a lot of people, and a good percentage of people, in the United States here that don't want that. That don't want just the political speak and whatever, when they're on the stump, and everything when they're campaigning, obviously, false promises and stuff like that. I'm not saying Donald Trump's avoid to not have any false promises, but him, just put it this way, his likelihood of having false promises is lower than other candidates in the Republican Party or just in any party, even on the Democrat side as well. It's just he's just straightforward and he's going to be honest. He's going to lay out his plans the way he wants to lay them out. And for the things that he's gotten in trouble with, from what he said with the situation with the Fox News debate moderator, and with the comment about Mexico, I believe it was, as well. It's some of those things. Maybe he shouldn't have brought up or shouldn't have said. But again, with him being so honest, sometimes things just come out. Unfiltered. It doesn't go through the brain as much as it should before speaking. In his case, sort of thing. But again, like I said, a high majority of people, like that, like his honesty and his brashness, and his not being afraid of getting in the face of other political people that are career politicians and calling them out on things and all that other stuff. And that's why I think he's going to stay high in the polls, and I think he will continue to be, if not number one, number two. When they have to cut the field down for each debate and whatever each month that they're going to have. Next one is going to be obviously in, I think, September 17th, mid-September, on CNN. So that'll obviously be interesting to see and see how that unfolds in all aspects in Donald Trump's case. Now, how long do I think it'll last? Do I think he's going to get the Republican nomination? No. I personally think in the end it's going to be Jeb Bush, but I think Donald Trump is going to make it a lot longer than most people think. That quote unquote Trump haters think. They think he's going to be out by New Hampshire after the New Hampshire primary, that he'll be eliminated then. I think he could actually make it almost as far to almost getting the nomination as in one of the last ones. Excuse me, one of the last ones standing. Coming down between him and Jeb Bush, or however it comes down to, before obviously the decision is made and voted to who's going to be getting the ticket. And I think even if he loses, I know one of the things that were talked about from the first debate is when he did not make the pledge to support the candidate that's picked, if it wasn't him, which in a way I can understand, because me being with my personality a little bit, if I didn't win, would I really want to support someone that I spent the last year and a half or months or whatever it was, trying to bash anyways to make myself look better because I wanted to win. I still feel like I should have won, if I did lose, sort of thing, so it's kind of, I don't know, interesting thinking that way. But anyways, I have a funny feeling that even if he doesn't win, depending on who is the, who does get the ticket for the Republican Party, who is going to be selected out of there to face Hillary Clinton and whoever she picks for her VP candidate to put on the ticket with her. I think Donald Trump, maybe could make a strong case that he should be on the VP ticket for the Republicans, because the Republicans are so worried that if he doesn't win, he's going to run his own independent, third-party candidacy. Which then, as most pundits have said, and I kind of agree in terms, that if he does run that third party, he'll be taking votes away and handing the presidency to the Democratic Party. Now, obviously, as a registered Democrat, I don't obviously have a problem with that, but I also think that, on the side of the Republicans, thinking that way, then it would behoove them to have him on the ticket in any way, whether he wins the nomination and he's running as for president, continually, or whoever wins, whether reluctantly or they actually mean it, have him on the ticket as VP. Because then if they do that, then he won't be able to run third party, obviously, for president. So, but then again, the question comes in. Then if that comes and gets to that point, will Donald Trump accept that proposal from the nominee, the Republican nominee? So that's going to be the main thing. Will he accept it, or will he know what's going on and why why that move has been played? So he doesn't, like I said, doesn't go, in the third party realm and then make it a 3-horse race again. Democratic nominee, Republican nominee, and his third party nominee, run. So, kind of like how I think it was Ron Paul that used to do it for years, had third party ticket. So it's just, I don't know, it's just interesting. Like I said, if I was Donald Trump and I lost, in the end and didn't get the nomination for the, as I'll say it, in the Democratic side, I would love to. I think I personally would agree to be vice president. The difference is with me, I can never be president. I can't be president because I was never born in the United States. I was born in South America. Then I was adopted. Became naturalized citizen. At age 2. And lived in America ever since. Obviously, getting the adoption papers and being a naturalized citizen. So making it legal and everything, and at age 2, and obviously now that I'm 27. So I can never be president. The highest I can ever be is vice president, unless during my run up to vice president or whatever, I get enough traction and try to make amends to that and maybe change the course of history and put in legislation to try to change that and let people that are non-U.S. born citizens be able to run. Obviously, they'd have to be citizens at the time that they run for president, obviously, but opening the pool a little bit more, giving you more options. I don't know. It's just something to think about. In moving forward, I mean, I am only 27, but anyways, I'm just bringing it back full to Donald Trump, and we'll see how things go. And it is obviously entertaining with him being on the news and everything, but at some point that will get old too, and at some point that quote unquote honeymoon phase will be over, and we'll see really what the Republicans think and what the Republican voters out there think, and if they are going to continually vote for him. And that's why I think when we finally get to the Iowa caucuses and we get that first true voting, not all these polls. I mean, obviously that's all we have right now, but still, when we get past the polls and into actual voting, actual numbers, real numbers, tangible numbers, at that point, then we'll find out what the Republican Party and the Republican voters truly think of Donald Trump, and obviously all the nominees in that party. So yeah, I went a little longer than I wanted to here, but I did, like I said, I want to talk about Donald Trump. Welcome to check out all my other videos. I think I have like 34 videos now, and I did actually gain 4 subscribers in the last 2 days, so that's cool. I mean, I know